Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do the next part in my biggest books on my TBR. This is going to be the books for between 700 and 799 pages. So I've already put up 2 parts to this. The first one was the 900 to 999. The second one was the 1000 plus. And then this is going to be the 700 to 799. So I have 22 books to get through, so we'll just get started. Again, this is my private collection. I've been getting these books for years. A lot of them are new since I probably joined BookTube, but some of them are older or been on my radar before that. So let's just dive in into all these books. The first book I have is at 704 pages, is City of Saints and Madmen by Jeff Vandermeer. I think I've had this for like over a decade. I did start it at one point, and I remember the beginning being kind of weird, and I put it down because of something else that was going on. It was not the book's fault. I just never got back to it. So again, now that I've looked at this book, now I want to read it. I had to look on Goodreads to find out how many pages because there's some there's different like things in here, and the page count keeps changing to what that section was. So it looks kind of weird. It is something Jeff Vandermeer I've been hot and cold on, but the point is I want to try that one, and it's on my thing on my TBR at 704 pages. I then have The Magic Mountain at 706 pages by Thomas Mann. This is translated, I believe, from the German by John E. Woods. It's German, right? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, German. So I don't know a whole lot about this. I know a few people were reading it this fall. I think Summer at Cozy Reading with Cats is reading it, and I did want to pick it up. It just there's just no time. So it has to do with a man who goes, I think, to the Swiss Alps to a sanatorium, and I'm not sure if he's working there or he's going there for that, but I'm not sure. It's pretty dense. I don't know, but it's 706 pages. Oh, the cat. Sorry, Cooper was on my lap. The third one is, I'm getting confused. 712 pages is the second book in a series by Richard J. Evans on the Third Reich, the Third Reich in Power. So I don't have the first book yet, so I have not started this, but I have the second one ready to go when I get to it. So hopefully I'll find the first one, The Coming of the Third Reich, at some point, but the second one comes in at 712 pages. At 720 pages is A Little Life by Hannah Yanagihara. I always stumble over her name. So again, this is epic, it's supposed to be really hardcore about some friends in New York and, growing up, or their adulthood, and all the things come trauma from their past and present. I don't know. I hear it's really hard hitting, but I haven't got to that yet, and that's 720 pages. Then we have the second book in the Shadow March series by Tad Williams, Shadow Play. This is 721 pages. This is the only Tad Williams series I have not started. And I don't know why. I have all 4 books, so you'll be seeing them on these lists. But this is book 2. All I know is it's an epic fantasy, and I think it follows some siblings. And I'm not sure if they're vying for the crown or somebody else is, or I don't know. But I need to get to that. But that was book 2 at 721 pages. At 725 pages is An Instance of the Fingerpost by Ian Pierce. I was hoping to read this year for the oldest books on my TBR. So this is still one of the oldest books on my TBR. This is a mystery, 1663 at Oxford. A dean is killed, I think. And then it's the aftermath of that. So I'm not sure. I hear really good things about it, but I haven't got to it yet. And that's 725. At 726 is No Name by Wilkie Collins. It's a sensational novel, I believe, or at least a mystery. So it has to do with 2 sisters who I think are illegitimate, and I think that kind of spirals things after their parents' death. Anyway, so that's another book that I have. At 726. At 730, I have Within a Budding Grove. Is book 2 in this, or the volume 2 in The Search of Lost Time by Marcel Proust. This is translated from, I think it's French. I'm pretty sure, by C.K. Scott Moncrief. Anyway, so I've not started In Search of Lost Time yet. Again, it's another one of those projects I would love to do at some point. But I found book 2 at a library sale, and it made it on this list at 730 pages. At 732 pages is The Knicks by Nathan Hill. This is a book about a man who in 2011 hasn't seen his mother in many years. She was a radical back in the 60s, and suddenly she reappears in his life. And I think the havoc that happens. I think she's in some trouble or something. I don't know. Point is, this is a book that I bought on a whim because everybody was talking about it at the time. And I just don't know if I'm going to like it. This is actually one of those books where I think I probably should try a chapter and see if I want to keep it. I'm not sure. So let me know. And that was at 732 pages. At 734 pages is The 12 by Justin Cronin. So this is book 2 in the Passage series. Oh, actually, I don't know what they call the series. Anyway, I liked The Passage well enough. I read it right when it came out. And so then I had to wait for the next books, and I have never returned to the series. So this is definitely one I should really get back to, but I might have to reread the first book, which is really long in itself, but I've read that one. So, but the second book, The 12, is 734 pages. So again, that's like vampire, kind of Leroy vampire. I don't know. It's kind of mild horror. I don't know. It was a weird book. At 743 pages is Vanity Fair by William Makepeace Thackeray. So I have never read Thackeray. I think I read a section of this in college for like the introduction English courses, you know, and that's about all. I don't even remember if I liked it or not. But Becky Sharp has always been one of those characters you hear about, and I really want to attempt this at least at some point. So this comes in at 743 pages. And then is a book I don't know anything about that I've been on my shelf for like a decade. Is The Watchers by John Steele. This is the first in the Englesque trilogy. I don't know. I actually own the first 2. I'd found the second one used at some point. But I bought this new after when we were walking around Pasadena for my cousin's wedding. So I don't know. All I know about this is that looks like there's someone's not an angel and she's a call girl, but then something unnatural happens with a client, and then there's a private detective that's involved. So I don't know if it's supernatural or just a mystery, or if it just isn't. I don't know what this is. So this one I really want to try at some point here. I forgot I had this at 745 pages for the first book in the trilogy. I'm sorry. At 748 pages, I have Winter's Tale by Mark Helprin. I have heard about this book. I know that some people really like it. Maybe not the movie so much. I don't know. They have the movie tie-in cover because that's what I got at the library book sale. But I hear it's pretty good. I don't know. I think it's historical fiction. I don't remember what the timeline is, but I know it's a guy who breaks into or tries to break into a mansion, and then he meets the woman, and then things go from there. I'm not sure what's going on. You tell me. But that is 748 pages. At 757 pages is Lady of Hay by Barbara Ernstine, I think. So this is, I'm not quite sure where I saw this, but I bought this earlier this year, and I think it's like 2 timelines, but it looks like there's a London journalist who's trying to debunk some kind of past life magazine article, and then they're talking about this Matilda, Lady of Hay, who was a noblewoman during the reign of King John. So I'm not sure. So it sounds like it's a dual timeline thing. I don't know. But I hear it's really good, and I've wanted to try this author. I have a couple on my wish list of stuff I want to try. So I don't know if you guys have read it, let me know. But this is 557 pages. I have The Agony and Ecstasy, biographical novel of Michelangelo by Irving Stone. So my aunt read this, I think before last Christmas, and she told me about it then, and I think I bought it so that I would read it, and I haven't read it yet. But this is 758 pages. So again, historical fiction. I need to read more of that. Clearly I'm not reading enough. I have a lot of books that are huge. And then, okay, so 762 is Shadow March, which is the first book in the Shadow March series. Again, I don't know a lot about this, and I need to start the series. So hopefully this year I will start the series, because I don't understand why this is the Tad Williams one that I haven't got to. So I need to do that. And that was 762 pages. And then I have the Black Prism at 763. So this is one of those books where I'm not sure I want to keep this or even try it. I've heard so many mixed reviews about the series itself. Sorry, my phone is doing weird stuff. So I'm not sure if this is something I should try or just get rid of it and just go, because I've heard mixed things about the way he depicts certain things. So I'm not sure. This might be another try a chapter one to try, but this is 763 in the first book in the Lightbringer epic fantasy series. I hear, oh, and then my phone keeps doing weird stuff. Sorry, it's just messing up. Then Doomy Key by Stephen King is at 769 pages. So this is, I mean, I don't know how horror, but it sounds like there's ghosts on the Florida coast. I don't know, some guy goes there to convalesce kind of thing after an accident, and then things happen. I don't know, this is one of those Kings I picked up used because I don't even, when it came out, I don't even remember hearing anybody talk about it, and it's not one I hear about now very much, so I don't even know if it's a good one. But that was 769. At 771 is Drood by Dan Simmons. So this is Dickens took one last secret to his grave. So again, Drood, the mystery of, is it Edwin Drood, I think, which is the last book that he was writing when he passed away. So we don't have the ending to it. It's mixed. It's not finished. So this is talking about Charles Dickens and Wilkie Collins, and I think they get involved in some kind of mystery. I don't know if it goes horror or not, because Dan Simmons can do a lot of different kinds of writings. So I don't know what kind this is going to be, but I don't want to read this until I've read Edwin Drood, but I haven't read enough Dickens and Wilkie Collins to do that yet. I don't know, but I want to read that, which is 771 pages. 776 pages is Nicholas Nickleby by Charles Dickens. So this is one of his books. I don't know which one this is. I just know we probably follow Nicholas Nickleby. It's one of the ones I want to read, and it's at 776 pages. Another nonfiction on this list is The Rise of Theodore Roosevelt by Edmund Morris. This is the first book in the trilogy that he wrote of biography on Theodore Roosevelt. So this is the first one. This one's at 780 pages. The other two are not as long. Again, when I've mentioned books that are like this, I don't count the notes. I'm just counting the text. So the notes are another quantity. I want to just put the number for the text. Anyway, so 780 on the text of this, not counting notes. And this is definitely one for my presidential project that I would like to read at some point, but I'm still back in the 1800s. I haven't quite got to this one yet. And then the last book for my 700 to 799 books is one that has 795 pages, and that is The Scar by China Melville. I've read several of his books, but I have not continued on. This is the second book in the Baslag series. I read Perdido Station a couple of times, once by myself, and then I read it for a book group, so I'd read it twice, but I've never continued, and The Scar is the second one, and I don't know why I won't. So they're kind of weird fantasy in this area that that I think is Baslag, and another book was really good. I really loved Perdido Station. Actually, I could probably reread that one, but I need to read this one. So those are all my 700 to 799 page books that I have not read. Let me know if there's any books in here that you think are just fantastic and that I need to move up on my TBR, because clearly I have a lot of options. These are 22 books in this category, and I have a lot. I mean, they're all over the place. Luckily, they're all different genres. Let me know if there's something that you think I should pick up sooner rather than later. Again, I said I'm going to definitely have a big books part of my goals for 2021. I have so many big books. Anyway, so let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.